What does her work matters mean to you?
Two Black women navigating their journeys, sharing their experiences,
creating a safe space,
and being authentic.
Rooted in abundance and evolution.
Welcome to the pod.
All right, welcome back.
We back, y'all.
Another episode of Her Work Matters.
Yes, welcome to the pod.
Yes, another season. Lord, 11
Season 11
is crazy. That's why.
That really is. Like, we are
and when
3
I
years
went
in.
back, yes, and
That's
when I
crazy.
went back and I was looking at, I had to go through all our videos to make that the little collage. Girl, I was sitting there looking like, look at these babies.
Girl.
Yeah, like, it wasn't that long ago, but we literally looked
But no, it does
so
different.
young. Like, not
We look
really.
older.
We look mature now. Like, we look like,
I don't see
we look like women.
I feel like we don't see it on each other because it'd be like, you know how you look at your cousin, you be like, cousin, we still the same age. Like, no, we getting older.
we getting older.
Yeah, we are. I'm excited about getting older.
Me too.
I look forward to it.
That means I'm still living. Hey,
Exactly. That's what I'm excited.
I understand what the complainers about.
Exactly. What y'all complain about? Y'all want to die?
Do you want to die? What?
That's kind of harsh, but do y'all want to die?
It's hard. Okay. This episode, y'all, is called, well, I don't know what it's going to be called, but it's about visibility fatigue.
We're basically talking about, like, your social media presence, how you feel, how we feel, not how y'all feel, how we feel, how that affects or how it don't affect how we move.
Yeah.
Don't move.
How we show up.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Okay. Like, what we doing? I don't know.
Okay, so I'm going to start off with, first, I guess I want to define visibility fatigue because, I kind of just put those two words together. I don't know if it's a real definition, but this is my definition. So, basically, when you show up and you don't really want to, you don't have the energy to, and you are constantly having to be on. Like, you constantly have to show up. You constantly have to be like kind of like a switch. Like, if I turn this off, you're not gonna hear me on this mic. You're gonna hear me on that one. Right. But it's gonna be like I'm not really here. I'm not present. But if I turn this on,
I'm on. Yeah,
I'm here.
I'm present.
So it's like having to constantly be there and having to show up in spaces and having to show up a lot on social media. And I feel like for us, this comes into play because we share a lot. I'll say we used to share a lot. We used to do a lot of outside videos outside of the podcast during the week. And I feel like, I don't know about her, but for me, it got to a point where I was just like, I don't even have nothing to talk about no more.
Yeah.
Like, not that I don't have anything to talk about.
The journals?
Yes, okay. With the journals. It's just like, it's taken a lot out of me. And I think maybe it was the time of the year, like when we were doing them. And I was just like, I'm trying to pour into other people and I need a journal entry.
I'm over here. I feel that I do feel like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm about to pull the portion. Can I break the fourth wall? Can I break the fourth wall? Okay. I do feel like, one, it was a time of year. I feel like circumstances surrounding life. And I feel like, honestly, the journals got to a point, not on purpose, because I did feel like I was getting burnt out, but I still wanted to do them because I did like doing the journals. But it is a lot to be doing. It is a lot. You can like it and still be a lot. Yeah. And I did feel like get to a point where it's like, I'm so tired. I ain't got nothing to talk about. And at this point, I feel like I'm giving y'all I feel like giving like a this here and this, like, ooh. I ain't trying to be like that.
Like, no, I want to be intentional about what I'm saying.
And for me at that time, I was already like distant on my own personal social media. I'm not even on that really at the time. So it was like for me to have to like show up on here and I'm not even really showing up on social media right now was like hard because I don't really want to do that. I
don't want to see anyone. I don't want nobody to see me.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I put, and I also put in in connection to that, I put posting during grief is hard in general, because I know during those times with all of the stuff, like I started overthinking so much stuff, like even down to like, dang, is this caption too much? It's too many words.
Yeah.
Like, am I doing too much? Am I doing too little? How does this sound?
See, I feel like mine show up as too little.
Like, is the content on point? Like, even with the journals, like, it was days where I'm like re-recording the shit 3, 4, 5 times.
Same.
And it gets to a point where you like, I don't even want to do it no more.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I feel that, because I will record some journals and I'll be like, I don't think nobody want to hear that. Or I will record stuff and be like, maybe this is not for everybody. That might be a voice message for your friends. Everything that's in your head ain't for everybody. And I feel like when you're already in a space of being in your head and then trying to like work and do stuff that's, you have to plan it's hard, because you be like, what's going on? Is these my thoughts? Because anytime anything that comes to the podcast, I'm like, I always pray about it before I do anything about it, because I'm like, I don't want it to be my thoughts, my feelings. I like, God, I need you to tell me what you need people to hear, what you want me to say. Because if it's me, y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear that. Y'all don't want to hear it. I just want to say, I just coming from my chest for no reason. Y'all gonna want God in there somewhere, because I know.
You just don't want me in it.
You don't. Like, you want me in the mix. You want me in the mix, but you don't want me the one building the message. Like, I'm a know-it-all. Like, I don't want to ever come off like I'm an expert. I don't ever want to do that, because I'm not. I'm learning. So that's why I be honest about. Okay, maybe that's why I feel like we be honest about like things we may have said on the podcast before. Like, it's out there. It's on the internet. But like, we might have changed our minds about that. We have changed our minds about things. We've said that on the podcast. We've said that.
Yeah, I feel that.
So I feel like my first point was take a break when you need it, because I feel like sometimes you can get so burnt out from being on your social media. If you, like, we have a podcast, doing social media for your podcast, and it's like, something gotta stop. But the podcast ain't stopping right now, so I'm gonna have to take a break on my end. And that's okay. Like, Chad, be times I don't post nothing, but less about the podcast. Boom, that's all you get.
That's all you get for the week.
That's all y'all get, maybe for a month or two. Got nothing for you.
Yeah, I definitely feel like when you having a brand and
it's a lot. It's a lot.
You have to show up a lot. And I know in the beginning we had very high standards for ourselves as far as how we were showing up on social media, because we wanted people to follow us. We wanted people to, engage, all the things. But then also it got to a point with that where it was like, this is tiresome too. Like, it felt forced. It's feeling forced. Like, I want people to organically navigate over here.
And that happens.
And it happens, but it's like, in those moments, it's like, oh my God,
when you starting out at zero,
so much work,
it's like,
and I'm not seeing anything, and I'm tired of doing the work, and it's like, it's for nothing, because I'm making all these posts, I'm doing all these videos, all the things. Ain't nobody seeing it.
Do you? Okay. Detour, we're gonna go back to the social media, because I did have a point to make with that. But do you ever feel like, because I felt like this, I felt like sometimes when it comes to the podcast, people be watching it, well, people might not necessarily like it because it's me.
Me too.
Okay, especially that's when how I feel. I'm like, I feel like it's because it's me and not the podcast. I think it's because it's me.
I feel like that too, especially when more so not really on Instagram, but more so on Facebook. I feel like it's really like that. Like, because some people because I'm friends with a lot of people from my hometown, but I don't necessarily know them. And so I feel like that'll be like, girl, ain't nobody looking at it. Like, but if it's a mess, they would have been clicking on it. Because if I'm going to put my tea on here, everybody quickly make this public.
They love to make this public. No, I just was curious if you felt the same way, because I feel like I didn't know. I'm like, am I just in my head too much about that, or is this happening? Like, I don't be knowing.
And I just stopped caring. I'm just like,
forget it. Because who story's gonna reach?
Like, if you come over here
and like, it's the fact that you can like the content content, but you don't like the content creators, so I'm not gonna like it.
If you come over here with your miserable self and you decide to do all these things and not do nothing at the same time, that's on you. You waste your time and your energy. You clearly you want to be here, but you just don't know how you want to be here. You got to work that out. That sounds interpersonal.
It does. Okay, I was just curious. So I feel like also for me, when it comes to visibility fatigue, I say it's also important to keep some things just for you. I feel like it's okay to not post everything. I feel like I'm gotten better over the years of just being in the moment and like maybe sharing moments after, maybe not, just having it for me because I'm doing it. Like if I post something now, it's because I want to post it. Like most of the time, I want to go back and look at it 1,000 times.
For myself,
I want to go back and look at it 1,000 times or add it to my highlights.
Look at you.
But whereas I feel like before, I don't know, I don't think a part of it, yes, probably like for validation, but also a part of it, I think I honestly just got in the routine of posting stuff, and I would just be posting stuff. Like just being on social media and just putting stuff up there. And it gets to the point where like when you just putting stuff up there, you be putting stuff up there you might not should be putting up there. Give people access to stuff they probably shouldn't have access to. So you have to be like, let me reel it in so I can take a step back.
Because everybody don't need access to everything.
Exactly.
And I don't need to be sharing everything that I see on Instagram. Like,
no.
That's one thing that I had to.
Some stuff be funny though. I need
but baby, just like it. Just like it and keep scrolling. You don't got to put that on the story. Because then I'll be like,
I'll put on the story and I'll go back and delete it.
And then I'll be like, well girl, you could have just
do that. You could have just
just liked it and then laughed to yourself and kept it moving. But I feel like I don't know, like taking breaks off social media, I'm never that person where I'm like, oh, like I'm ready to, like I feel like I'm missing out, like that. Thing.
I actually feel more peaceful.
I feel peaceful. It low key be a little scary because you don't really be knowing what's going on for real.
Because I don't watch the news.
Because I don't watch
the news. That's where I get the news.
That's my news.
That's where I get. If I'm not on there, I don't know nothing.
Unless I'm talking to somebody and they tell me, I'm like, what?
What happened?
They doing what?
They said that's okay.
That's crazy.
For real. You be like, hold on, let me go look.
The whole world. I didn't know.
I'm over here in La La Land with butterflies and daisies.
I done created my own world. And
but
meanwhile,
I love it too.
Yes, it's so peaceful because you literally get to choose what you consume.
And I said that.
Got a point.
Girl, because I literally said, I don't think we're supposed to have all this access to each other and know everyone's business.
No.
I don't think that we were supposed to do that.
No, we're not supposed to know each other.
Because honestly, if you think about it, like, I'm not a doctor or anything, but but just, knowledge, like, you can look at history and stuff. Over time, how people's brains are, social media became a very huge thing. Like, I don't know, I remember when YouTube came out. I remember when Facebook was only for college people. I remember that. So that's when it really started like jumping for me, like MySpace and all of that. And then it was like, now you have all this access to stuff you would have never had access to in a normal. I just wonder what that's done to us over the years, because we just started, this is still new. We wasn't doing that before. People before us was not doing that. So I'm like, it's something.
It's a lot of exposure.
It's a lot of exposure
to a lot.
And how does that change your brain? How does that change how you show up? Because a lot of people feel like they have FOMO. A lot of people feel like they're not good enough. A lot of people feel like, well, I should be doing this because I'm at this point in life. Why is everybody else around me doing this and I'm not? Why does it seem like everybody else outside?
Get off that phone. You can do something.
Social media is a highlight reel. I'm not gonna come up there when I'm crying. Some people do, but most people only gonna show the good part. Why would I show you
when I'm down
what I had to do for the Birkin without just showing you the Birkin? They ain't gonna show you what they did for the Birkin. The Birkin might not even be real.
Just clap for the Birkin.
Just clap for the Birkin.
Don't worry about how I got it.
You over here thinking, she's 25 and got a Birkin. Baby, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know nothing.
She did for that Birkin.
We don't know.
We don't know anything about her.
Hey, do you want to do what she did for the Birkin?
Like, people don't really know what's really going on behind
that screen. Like the fact that I remember a time, when was this, when it had came out, it was like a big thing on TikTok, when it was like people was renting places to record their content and it wasn't really their place. They wasn't living there.
I I remember that this had to be like right after COVID.
Yeah, and it was like they wasn't really living.
They
it was
wasn't
like
living there, and people was doing that too. Cause I remember this girl had got caught because she had did one like she was on a jet, and she wasn't even on a jet. She was like at one of them like studio places where they got all the different picture things, and like little setups for you to go take pictures.
Yeah,
and one of them was like a
crazy.
jet, and she like literally paid like $300 something to take pictures in there and pretend like she was on a jet. And I was like, that's insane.
You see what social media does?
Insane.
Like, that is crazy.
To keep up a facade and the image.
That influenced by somebody's life that you don't know that I gotta have it so bad. I'll go broke
so bad. I'll go broke for it, and I'm pretending.
Lying.
This ain't even real.
Like, these are delusions here.
So you took that picture and you blink 3 times.
Good for your mental health.
You're delusional. You are literally living in a fantasy.
Yeah, that's why I think taking a break, having
it's needed.
I feel like you gotta have some type of boundary with social media. You just can't. I don't even know the word to use. You just can't be on that thing like You gotta have some type of self-control.
Absolutely, because social media can be a drug as well. It can be addicting as well. Like, people don't realize that you literally are more than likely everybody got a phone at this point. Right. The babies, the old folk, everybody
got an iPhone, child.
I mean, they got iPads for the dogs at this point. I'm just saying, like, everybody got some kind of screen that they're on. And so it's like every day you pick your screen up and you can literally go and have access to anybody you want to.
Like, when it comes to, I used to, I'm trying to think where I was trying to go with this. Like celebrities, this is the example I was going to use. I used to like being younger and like, I don't know, the mystique around celebrities. I kind of like enjoyed that. It was just like, I like being able to enjoy the parts you getting me and like, I don't know nothing about you.
I don't know nothing about
got
you.
kids. I don't know nothing about your mama, daddy, sister.
Like, there's no secrets
and now,
no more.
The stuff that you know about them, it's kind of like, oh my gosh.
It's overload. I didn't want to know that. Okay. I didn't want to know that. Should I leave? Do I need to be here?
You made it awkward.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do I need to step out or? Because you're a celebrity, so you're supposed to have some decorum.
That's what you would think.
You're supposed to have some respect, some
we thought that, but
classiness.
we're also like the last generation to not have that much access to people.
We're the last generation for a lot of things.
I grew up with a leapfrog.
Honey, me and my leapfrog went
like
hard. Absolutely. Like, we honestly, I don't know the best way to say this. I really don't, but I feel like we the last generation with a little common sense.
Agreed.
Like, because the ones after us, I mean, the one right after us, they might be all right.
My cousins are that right after us. They alright.
They alright, but it's like
they're all, I won't don't sound say alright. They getting older. They're like that 18, 19. They're getting there, but they still little.
That's what I'm saying. And I think about where I was at 18, 19. So I'm like, it's not that
normal.
Yeah, it's not that you're not doing normal things. It just be like, y'all.
I think I'm more scared of the ones under them. Because those are like the iPad kids.
I'm scared of them iPad kids, and I'm definitely scared of them COVID kids.
Yeah, them COVID ones.
Them ones that was home during school.
That have no social skills. Yeah, they have no social skills.
They have no social skills, and they do not have no consideration or care for nobody else but themselves. Yeah, they are the most selfish kids I've ever seen in my life. Yeah, I don't even. I'm not even trying to be rude. Like, they literally don't be caring about nobody else. Not even their doggone parents. I'd be like, Lord have mercy.
And you know what the parents do? I'm just not gonna fight with them. I'm gonna let them be. Okay, let them be. Let them be, baby. Because them let them be. They turn 16, 17, and we're gonna see how much they be. All right. The last point I really had, because we touched on everything else, was more so a question or like just food for thought. Do we think that social media is real community, or is this our evolved version of community? Because I ask that because if I go back and I remember like what community looked like for me as a child, it was real community. It was real my neighbors. It was real like the candy lady down the street. Like, it's real people in the neighborhood. Like, your mama said don't be playing in that street. I saw you. That type.
Okay. It's you telling on me to my mama, and I ain't.
And my mama not mad at you because she know you care.
Yeah.
and also actually going out and building with other people in person. I do feel like social media's community, for me, it's just not the same because it's virtual.
Yeah. It's nothing that's ever going to top physically being in a space with somebody who y'all are connected. You cannot feel energy through a screen. That's why. That's one reason why I hate virtual interviews, because I need to feel your energy. Like, I need to know, because you can put on whatever you want to put on in this little box, this little Google Meet box. You can be whoever you want to be.
Right.
But in person, you can't hide.
You can't hide those little nuances of like who you really are.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like social media has helped people create community in ways that they didn't think they could before.
And you can reach more people to have community. Yeah. But you won't necessarily have that physical.
Yeah. It's not going to be the same.
And
it's not going to feel. The physical. No, because I need the physical. I need to be in the space.
I actually prefer the physical. Like, I'm fine with building community online, but like, I ain't finna be having an online friend for 3 years. Girl, when we gonna go out? When we gonna meet up?
That's what I'm saying. I don't even understand. I can't even. I don't understand how y'all be dating people online for years.
For years, honey.
So you not gonna ever come see me?
Pull up on me. Like, what we doing?
Because if you live out of the state, then we need to figure out how we gonna get to each other's state. Yeah. And we need to figure this out within the first month. I need to know. We need to have a plan at least.
Some people be dating people in other countries,
and that could never be me.
Like, we don't even get to really FaceTime. We got a WhatsApp.
And that could never be me, because we ain't even on the same.
We're not even on the same continent right now. Wait, might be the same continent. I'm gonna miss that up. But
this not gonna work.
That just stressed you out. You ain't even doing that.
Because I'm thinking about when people be in other countries and stuff, you literally got the time when you want to talk to them, because our time zones might not be the same, and you got your life, I got my life, so some days we might not even be able to talk. Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like, and
some people like, we've been together for 7 years.
Seven lies, because somebody done cheated. Somebody done cheated. Is it open? Did you open it? What kind of relationship?
Have you been here for 7 years, or has he been?
Have y'all been together for 7 years, or have you been with him? Because that's the difference. Have you been with him for 7 years, or have y'all been together? Because had he been with you? Is what I'm trying to figure out. Because sometimes, I don't know what it's going to do. Long story short, what all I was trying to say was, I feel like social media has the ability to create community in different ways, but I also feel like it's never going to measure up to being in the space with people in real time and connecting with people in real time and like feeling their energy, especially when you in the space and it's good energy, baby. Nothing gonna top that.
Nothing's gonna top that.
Nothing gonna top that.
Time be flying, you be having a good time.
Having a good time, you be like, the event over already.
Yeah, nothing's gonna top that. I agree. I think social media gives you more access to things, and it has some positives. It depends on how you're using it, but I feel like a lot of times we got to think of, we are still human beings, and a lot of times we be trying to get by to cover ourselves. It's not that we're trying to harm anybody. Well, majority of people don't want to harm people. They all do want the common goodness. Majority of people. There are some who there
are some.
Yes, but I feel like for the most part, we all do genuinely want community. It just looks so different now that we have gravitated to social media, and I think it's time to like build it there, but let's make actual plans to go outside and touch the grass. I really think we need to do that.
Let's stop chatting. I'm tired of texting back and forth.
I don't want to do that.
What is we gonna do?
I'm talking about, I'm gonna make a poster. This is what we doing on this day. Whoever come in, let's
show
meet up.
Like, let's meet up. Let's start talking about what we're gonna do, and let's just do it.
Exactly.
Let's build it. If we're gonna build it, let's do it. But let's stop going on social media. I want friends. I want to do this. I want to do that. How about let's just connect? Let's just say, connect. Hey, I'm gonna be here on this day. If you want to show up, show up. Like, I feel like also we are finally, and this is such a bad time in the world to be coming out of something and going into something at the same time, but I feel like this is like the time where we are finally coming out of that COVID shell, and everybody wants to like be outside, but not like be outside, but like people actually want to.
We want to do activities.
Yes.
We want to do. We want to be creative. We want to. We want to go back to kindergarten.
Yeah, like everybody
let's be real.
Yeah.
We want to go back to recess. We want to go back to creative times. We want to go back to resting. We want to go back to easier times. Yeah. And we're trying to curate that as adults at this point. Again, we're like the last generation that kind of had that. Do kids still do recess? Yeah, they still do recess, right?
They do recess.
Okay, then yeah. I ain't know recess was like iPad time or something. Now I don't know. I don't even know what that looks like.
But I feel like it's still not. It's not the same. Like we used to have fun.
Yes, like playing tag, jump the creek, red rope. Like y'all do that? Hopscotch? Y'all do that? Choke?
No, they be just chasing each other around, roasting each other on the playground.
Bullying. That we're bullying. That's what we're doing. Okay.
So I'm saying like they don't have
not the same
genuine.
still.
No.
But also you got to think about the people who are raising them.
That's true.
So
I be thinking about it too. I'm like, again, that's why
all of us were not raised the same, because we're at the age where like a lot of our peers are like the parents, but you do still have like the 30s and 40s that are still having kids. So it's like you have the zillennials, you have the millennials, and then what's that, Gen X, like that. All of us still having kids.
Still having kids at the same time.
Yeah, so it's a lot going on.
So it's a lot of different parenting or lack thereof going on. And so it's a lot of different
Because then you got some Gen X that still got kids, and they got zillennials that's having kids, and you want me to play grandma, but I'm still mama.
But I'm still a mama.
I got kids, baby.
The grandma, the baby.
Like you got your kids, I got mine. Like I can't take
I can't babysit. I'm trying to find a babysitter.
Exactly. It's a lot going on.
Like what?
What you mean babysit?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a
I
big
got one for mine, but you.
Not for you.
No, baby. Yeah, so it's different.
Find one that keep both of them.
We might get
two for the price of one. That sounds so bad. Sound like I'm stealing the kids. Not like
but
that.
No, but like I feel like that's real. That's really what's going on right now. That's what's happening. It's a lot of intergenerational thing, and which has been like that. But also, I don't feel like when I was younger, I didn't run into like my mom. A lot of times, my mom was the youngest mom in my like friend group, so it wasn't a lot of. Most of my friends' parents were older than my mom, so like now it looks different to me now because it's not the same. But back then, when I was growing up, that's what it was. There were other young parents or teen moms or whatever, but I just wasn't around them a lot.
Yeah, that's not what I
like.
think.
Maybe in my community, like where I like the projects I lived in, but like going to school and like the friends I had, that wasn't that. Like they had 2-parent households, mom and dad. Like my parents 40, my mom is 23. Like okay, cool. Yeah. Whereas now it's mama 43 with a 5-year-old and daughter 25. She got her baby. And what we doing? And what we doing?
What we doing?
What we doing?
She might be 25 with 2 babies. Cause
we're gonna go on to the affirmations.
Can't tell it. All right, y'all. That was pretty much it for this episode. I got 2 affirmations today. The first one says, social media turns the illusion that it's not enough to live for our own selves. The idea of something is only worth doing if it's seen. So you know how people be like, take a picture, it didn't happen. But like,
that's not true. It still happened.
How you gonna take away the experience because I
experienced it? Yeah,
it happened.
It literally happened, and I had a ball.
I'm like, please, let go of that standard. You're not obligated to post anything. Okay, next one. Social media has turned the art of living into an act of performance and scene. Like it's literally like, let me post my highlights and scene. But it's like, girl, you don't like, even for me, like the dumps and all that kind of stuff. I be finding myself doing them or like starting to do it, and I just be like, I don't even want to do this.
Sometimes, I feel like sometimes I'll do a dump. Like again, I like to relive my life. Like I say, so sometimes I'll be like, ooh,
what did you do?
This is a good one. Look at it. Yeah, but sometimes it'd be like, I'm cool off that.
You're like, cool. Nobody need to see all that.
Exactly. Nobody needs to see all that.
I know what I did. I'm living it.
I'm literally living it. I'll be there in real time.
In real time.
Okay, so because I forgot I screenshot all these, so let me figure out which two I'm gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one. Social media gives us a perception of access to people's lives without relationship with them. So we think we know people based on what they choose to share. It's a warped view. There are a million layers to a person that will never be revealed by the post they make. Never
Never be revealed by the post they make.
Yep.
Because we are going to post the things that make us look great. We're never, but I'm not gonna say I never posted a down moment, because I definitely have. But for the most part, those are moments that they ain't the lowest moments ever.
You know.
No, these like medium low.
Yeah, these like
something
when it's low, I'm missing it.
Okay,
I'm missing.
You think I'm posting when I'm on the floor? God, please. You think I'm gonna go on live and put it on the floor, pull up? I shouldn't say his name. Pull a Sheena short. And have the live open and just be up there. Oh God, please! Like I'm not. No,
I'm not that.
No,
I'm not doing that.
No.
Okay, little yapper. My last one. Okay. Social media is not the full picture. Social media is used to showcase the good in life. It doesn't show the full story. A person could be smiling in a picture and in more pain than you could ever imagine at the same time. You never know.
I feel that.
You never know.
You never know what's going on.
Sorry. But you don't.
That's it.
Bye, y'all. See y'all next episode. Bye, y'all.